Hello, have you ever wondered what prefunding is in the money transfer world? My name is Faisal Khan. I'm a banking and a payment consultant, and today I will explain the concept of prefunding. Prefunding is basically funding. What does it mean to fund prefund? Pre means before. What does before funding mean? Well, before funding means in the money transfer world or in the payments world, the pre stands for before the funds are actually good funds and settled. I'm going to link to a video below that explains how prefunding works in a real-time example. But to understand the concept of prefunding, it is basically taking money, your own money, and pushing it out into a beneficiary country or with a beneficiary partner bank or with a beneficiary money transfer operator where that money will be utilized. So if you're doing a transfer from UK to Nigeria, you may be licensed in the United Kingdom and you have a partner in Nigeria or a bank in Nigeria. And that bank says, if you want me to pay out, either you send the money or you have a pre-fund with me and I will dip into the cookie jar, and whenever you tell me, I will take that money, convert it to Nairas and pay it out to the beneficiary. What prefund does is it short circuits the time it takes for the funds to actually move from the United Kingdom into Nigeria. Because let's say if I'm a customer and I walk into a shop and I give my cash and I say send it to Nigeria, typically let's say I walk in at 7 p.m. Now at 7 p.m. that cash is no good because it has to be deposited into the bank tomorrow morning. So next day the cash will be deposited, it will show up in my statement towards the end of the day. Then I will do a SWIFT transfer to my bank in Nigeria. Then the Nigerian bank will receive it after maybe 2 days. There may be a weekend in between. And when they receive it, then they will push it out to the partner bank and the partner bank to the beneficiary itself. A process that could take 3 to 4 days. When you pre-fund it, you short circuit it. You say, I've received the money in London. Please release the money from my pre-fund account in Nigeria. So the pre stands for before the actual settlement takes place, which will actually happen 3 or 4 days later. When you buy a stock, it's always it's the transaction day plus 2, T plus 2. That means that the day of the transaction, 2 days afterward is when the settlement will take place. The pre in this case is the settlement period. If the settlement period is 6 days, the pre means we're going to snap it down to 1 day. And that is why prefunding is extremely important in the money transfer world. Typically, if you work in a RAS environment, you will be asked to pre-fund accounts, and the pre-funding can start from as low as $25,000 or $10,000 in a beneficiary country. If you're working with an aggregator, they may require an aggregated pool, so they'll say, okay, keep 50,000 and we will keep distributing the money wherever you may be operating in, the countries that you may be operating in. And in some cases, they'll say, listen, our minimum requirement is 50,000 and you have to top it up every day if it goes below, let's say, $10,000 or something. So there are many ways to pre-fund, but basic essential is you're taking your own money, keeping it someone else in order to short circuit the time for a payout. I hope I was able to answer the question. If you have any more, feel free to ask in the questions, or feel free to ask a question or leave a comment in the section below, and I'll be happy to answer. Till next time, have a good one.